Hey, there's three things I would never do if I was getting ready to buy a house right now. Now, the first of all is I would never work with a lender that does not offer a first position interest cost savings equity acceleration program loan. Like Geneva has the all in one home select loan, which is a first position line of credit for qualified borrowers. Not everyone's going to qualify, but for qualified borrowers, this type of loan financing, which is used in many countries around the world, New Zealand, Australia, the UK, Canada, Japan. We just don't typically use it in the United States. It is a much, much more powerful and dynamic lending tool than the 30-year amortizing loan, which was developed in the, around your grandparents' time during the Great Depression to help people buy houses after they all got wiped out. So why would I use a super old loan product when there's something much more disruptive in the market? And I certainly wouldn't work with a lender that doesn't even offer it. Because if the only tool you've got is a hammer, everything looks like a nail, right? And there's a lot of clients that I represent that should never be in a 30-year amortizing loan. I have clients that we are estimating that will save over $1 million in interest expense if they stay on track, and they'll have their houses paid off in 4 or 5 years and then be able to take that money and put it into other wealth building vehicles and assets to create familial wealth and generational wealth. So number one, I wouldn't work with a lender that doesn't have a first position line of credit available. Number two is I certainly wouldn't leave the lending piece until the 11th hour. Oh, I think I want to go buy a house this weekend. That's not the time to be talking to your lender. You should have started talking to your lender a month or two prior to get positioned. Maybe there's things we can do to help get your credit scores up, like reduce the utilization on your credit cards, raises your scores, you qualify for better types of products, like a first position line of credit versus an FHA, let's say, or an amortizing loan. Get prepared ahead of time. And then the third thing I would never do is listen to what the lender tells you when they say, oh, you qualify for, pick a number, $6,000 a month in income, in payment. Why on earth would you stretch all the way up to your maximum? Be conservative. Don't overspend. Buy less than you need. Kids grow up and leave the house. I have plenty of friends that grew up with their siblings in bunk beds and were just fine. I have family and friends that were military that moved from base to base in tiny little housing with 4 kids and 2 grown adults and animals, and were fine. Be conservative on your expenditures. It will pay dividends down the road when you're able to create wealth. Put that money that would have been going to a mortgage payment is now going into other things that will create generational wealth and compound. You want to buy things that are going to compound in value and make your money grow. An owner-occupied house is a non-performing asset because you are paying for the loan, not a tenant. So if you want to stretch, get your owner-occupied house and then start reserving cash for a down payment on an investment property, and let your tenants pay for that, and let that grow. Buy assets, hold, don't sell. Anyways, Uncle Doug here. Those are the 3 things. Number 1, don't work with a lender that doesn't have a first position line of credit and an equity accelerator program. Don't leave the lending piece to the 11th hour, and don't stretch. Be conservative. It'll pay dividends in the long run, and you'll be much, much more comfortable throughout life, especially for when those unforeseen things happen, like illness, like layoffs, etc. Have a great day. Again, I apologize for the casual attire. I'm down here in Mexico vacationing right now. Hope you're having a great day.